Alrighty, guys. We're here with Behind the Sound with Huesera. So we're gonna do some introductions.
What's going on? I'm Chris. Hello, I'm Devin.
Logan.
I'm Phil.
Evan.
Alrighty. So what does Huesera mean?
Well, actually, it comes from the word la huesera, which is the bone woman. But it is like an old Mexican folklore tale about this woman who's like kind of like a witch, and she goes into the desert and she collects a bunch of bones, specifically wolf bones, so she can make a full like wolf skeleton, and then she sings to it and it comes to life, and then it like runs off into the desert or whatever and becomes like a woman. It transforms into a woman. But that story inspired this movie, which has the same title, Huesera, which is where we got the title from.
We got off Letterboxd.
Yeah, we got it off Letterboxd.
Yeah.
We had a whole bunch of names for this band before. We were going to call it 500A, which is Devin's room number when he was in the hospital.
Perfect Blue?
Yeah, Perfect Blue, which
Blue,
also like another movie from like an anime movie. And then we settled on Huesera because I wanted to have like a Mexican, like Latino feel to the band, because well, there's only like three of us actually now because Phil's in the band.
Yeah.
Used to just be two.
Yeah, just
Two white guys.
two white guys and two Mexicans. That used to be.
Yeah, I'm in
I
Huesera.
feel hurt.
But yeah, that's where we got. We just like looked at a bunch of names. We're all like, hey, let's which horror movie has a cool name? Let's take that name, and we took that one. Kind of like what is it? My Bloody Valentine. Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah. That's where I actually we were like thinking of like band name ideas, and like I was actually like thinking of like how My Bloody Valentine got their name. I mean, it's like old slasher flick. So I was like, me and Chris, well, I mean, all of us, we were like I was scouring through my Letterboxd because I love using that app. Shout out Letterboxd. But I was like looking through like all the horror movies for that kind of vibe, and then we found that. So.
Nice. So that just leads us into what's your guys' history? Like, who are the founding members, and what changes have you made over time?
Well, I guess the first like the main one is Gav. These two were in that band before, but me, Logan, and Devin were all in the band Running with Scissors, and that fell apart. Me and Devin were kind of just like, man, what the fuck are we gonna do? Because we still wanted to play music. So we're just like, you know what? I'm gonna make a band. I'm gonna have you play guitar. We're gonna have Logan on drums, and we're gonna try to get somebody on bass. It was gonna be Juan from Gav. He was originally gonna be our bass player.
It was almost Kylie.
It was also almost Kylie too. And then like I guess you had like your return show to whatever, to Fresno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we I think I don't know if it was like when we came back from like Gav tour, or maybe it was one of like the because it wasn't Ryan's Riot Fest, not the first one, because we'd started before that, like in August. But yeah, around August we wrapped up with Gav tour. Chris came along with us. He was like kind of like our roadie, like merch guy.
Yeah, I was selling merch for them.
Yeah. Someone to hang out with. Devin was gonna come too, but he had work.
Yeah, I wanted to go so bad. I couldn't get it off.
But yeah, I think I had heard like the four of them, like, and Juan, like bouncing around like the idea of like them starting a post-hardcore band, and I was like, cool, that's a cool project for them to do. But like Juan was like talking about how like he wanted to focus on school more, and the spot kind of just opened up. Like they just asked me like, hey, do you want to like try it? So like I tried a couple practices with them. I started listening to more like post-hardcore music to get like the vibe, and like that was like the original lineup.
Yeah, I knew Evan and Logan had been playing for a while, so I knew they were kind of already in sync, and I thought that was a great option because me and Chris been playing for a while, and then we were already in sync, and then we were playing with Logan, and so it just kind of made sense, and I really wanted somebody who knew how to work with Logan on that level of music, and then now it started as a four-piece. Now we have Phil, and it's been crazy. Logan was our original drummer.
Logan wanted to focus more on vocals and singing. And I kind of wanted to like save my voice because I was doing most of the. I'm sorry.
No, I just started working here a couple months ago.
Yeah, but I wanted to. I didn't. The screaming was doing too much. I couldn't do singing and screaming at the same time, so I kind of blended that.
Well, and guitar.
Well, yeah, and guitar. I was doing all three at the same time.
He was doing a lot.
And I was like, man, I can't do all of this. So Logan was all like, you know what? I kind of want to do this. I was like, all right, if you want to, by all means, go ahead.
And Well, I know you used to have a mic with
Yeah.
you at shows.
Yeah.
When you'd be singing back there. I can't sing. I can't, let alone sing and play at the same time. So it's a very understandable decision.
How did they
Also,
approach you with joining their band?
Logan just hit me up.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of
Yeah.
planned
I
it.
texted him on Instagram.
We just
Easy peasy. You know, we
social media is a unifying place.
we were kind of running through some people in our heads. We were talking about at one point we were talking about Seth from. I don't think he's in any bands now.
He
but
wasn't the great Soft Focus
Soft
shoegaze band.
Focus.
Rest in
Those
peace.
guys-
Running with
Those guys are
Scissors,
legendary.
IO Access. He was in a bunch.
Yeah, he plays bass in
And-
IOXs now. He's a super talented guy. I love that guy. You know, bass,
Absolutely.
guitar, drums. But he played drums with Running with Scissors when Logan was out of it for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was in there before me.
Yeah, he was in there before Logan. Yeah,
A
so
whole bunch
he,
of people were in
he's,
that band, man.
he's been around
Yeah,
the scene.
still
You know,
are.
he's been helping out bands. You know. But
Yeah, also
I think
sucks.
we originally like wanted him because of like his work in Soft Focus. You know, he's provided like great drums for that. So like he was like a guy we thought of. We thought of Gerardo from Unlikely. He's a great multi instrumentalist. Like he plays bass in that band.
He's in like 8 bands.
Yeah,
though.
he's like in 8 bands. He plays like bass guitar, but he's also a really good drummer. So we're like, oh, you know, maybe him.
He was a
but,
drummer
like-
first.
Oh, drummer 1st.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he started.
Yeah. But like,
But yeah, we kind of just talked about it a little bit, and you know, Phil's already in a hardcore band, so once the idea popped up, it was kind of just like there wasn't really any other options at that point. Like we planned out. I talked to him a couple of times. I was sending him playlists and stuff, just trying to see like, hey, are you into this stuff? And I mean, first practice we kind of just locked in. It was just simple. It was so easy
It was
to
really refreshing.
work together. Like it was quick. It was easy. He learned, I think, a song and a half at like first week. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it immediately sounds full of
That was a fun day though, the first day.
It was a great day.
I wasn't sure you would have joined
Friday was
because he's
great.
already in so many bands.
yeah, no,
I
but
was
he
like-
he made the commitment. You know, like gave the songs a new like feel to him. You know, adds his own feel.
Yeah.
You know,
Feel. I try to give as much feel as I can, but this is I mean, I'm in 3 other bands, which are, and like everything I'm in is very. There's a lot of like overlap, but they're very different from each other, and so this is nice to have. Like I'm a self-taught player, so I kind of need to put myself in a position to like be playing other kinds of styles and not comfortably doing the same thing all the time because I know I can do some other stuff. And also, it's just a great memorizational exercise all the time. Getting to listen to different genres and understand how they work differently. It really teaches you musically when you're not like a musically educated person.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are extremely musical. Like this is crazy.
You're just saying that.
So, what's the songwriting process between you guys? Where does it start?
Usually it comes, like I come up with a riff or something and I bring it to them and then we just jam it out.
He brings guitar riffs, and then I just start saying random shit.
Yeah.
Yo, what if we do this?
Yeah.
What if we do that?
And
Usually it kind of just works. That's how we ended up with
Silver lining.
Take a couple breaks.
yeah. Gravemind is probably our most like instrumentally like
Burning low.
interesting song, and like I'll just pop out with some shit. I'm like, for Burning Low, that we've got this part where we do a breakdown that's like however many BPM slower, and I was just like, what if as a joke, we made it slower? But then it's not a joke anymore because that's like one of the coolest parts that we've written.
Yeah, we do a lot of like tempo changes that like, you know, I remember like when I was starting in the band, like that was like something I had to get used to because you know I'm used to just like trying to keep the beat steady like with Logan, and then like all the BPM changes are like a really cool thing that, you know, we try to do.
So you guys do have a demo out. What was recording the demo like?
Oh, boy.
And what did you guys use to record it?
Whatever.
Devin recorded all of it and we recorded it all at Logan's house in his
That was before Phil joined the band.
in the old band room that we used
Yeah,
to
we don't
practice
have a
in.
recording with him on it, unfortunately.
I just
Not yet.
I'm really
All the
rare.
vocals are all me.
We borrowed a bunch of mics from my work.
Yeah.
I brought my PC. That's why we do everything on. I set
Used
up everything.
Ableton.
Ableton, yeah, goated man.
Shout out Ableton.
Never lets me down.
We knocked that shit out in like a week.
Yeah.
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 We
Only 3
tried to
songs.
record it like
We did
3
great,
separate
guys.
times. Yeah.
Dude,
You know, Phil was really the one
We did a
behind the
good
scenes
job.
Phil was
there.
there in spirit.
everything you hear on there is literally just me.
It's
Every
all
instrument.
Phil.
All you
He
hear.
wrote everything. Yeah.
Every instrument is his voice.
I don't know. It was pretty
All the money
simple.
goes to me.
Honestly, that EP was pretty. It was bare bones. We had, I think, 5 or 6 mics on the snare, and then just 2 mics on every amp, and 1 mic for vocals. And dude, for the vocals, we had a cardboard box.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I taped
Yeah.
soundproofing to the inside of this cardboard box, and then we draped a blanket
We had
over
a-
the back of
We had
Chris's
an
head.
SM58
Dude.
on a little stand, and it was just like he.
But it worked.
And he
crazy.
duct taped a bunch of foam padding in this cardboard box, and I put my head in it, and he would put a freaking dog blanket over me, and that's how we got the vocals done.
It got the job done, dude. They were pretty isolated, honestly.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Yeah.
There's so many get arounds you can get with like recording and like isolating for the vocals.
I think later into the demos, we ditched the box and just had a blanket over his head.
And
we
also
did.
on like in the beginning of Burning Low, you can hear like there's like the way that we recorded it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
literally screaming through a door
Yeah,
on the other side of a door.
So it sounds far, and then once all the instruments come in, then the vocal that sings at that point, that's up to the microphone.
Yeah.
I did my best to kind of fade it in,
Yeah.
but his older brother actually is the one who put everything together. I sent him all the
Yeah.
files. He put it together. He edited. He added his compressors and stuff. Over
Shout out Mason.
Yeah,
He
shout
did it for free,
Yeah, he
too.
did that
He helped
for
us,
free.
sound the best we could. I remember one thing I was doing at the time as far as bass goes. I remember 500A. I was like, so I'm by myself at the intro of that song. I was like, I really want to have like a reverb. Like I used to have this reverb pedal on my board. And I was like, oh man, it's got to start like with like a really like roomy bass sound, like with a lot of reverb. I listen back to it now, and like whenever we got it, it sounds terrible. I took it off my board because like it just doesn't sound good. It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But so that's like something we learned like while recording the demos. Like we really figured out like how do we want to sound like when we like go to record like a real thing.
One, we're gonna probably, hopefully, maybe start recording some stuff with Phil pretty soon here, if with luck.
Yeah.
Like
That's,
we need to write more music
Honestly, yeah, we're hoping to put out something a little bit bigger, but
And some luck.
I mean those demos aren't even us anymore. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just 3. We have more written like that are done, but adding him onto it, it's going to be a little bit of a longer recording process.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that recording process was kind of rushed because we kind of just wanted to get music out like immediately for people to listen to in the meantime.
Mhm.
Because we were playing a lot actually
Yeah.
when we first started.
We gotta
out.
get back
we
into
had
that.
a lot of
Yeah.
shows. Like I think we started in August of like
A show like every
24.
month.
Yeah, like as soon as like we started like the new year in like 25. I think starting February we had like a couple shows every month.
Yeah.
You know, for a while, you know, because the scene was kind of hopping. You know, like hardcore scene and just like bloomed. There was like a lot of new bands coming out. There's like 187. Shout out 187. Those guys are cool. I know there hasn't been a lot of new stuff recently, except for like, you know, Ziomora.
Bay
Oh,
Pigs.
shout out
Shout
Ziomora,
out.
dude. We just
Bay
played with them.
Pigs, yeah,
Bay
can't forget Bay
Pigs.
Pigs.
Entice, dude.
Entice.
We just played a show with Ziomora, Entice, Odios, and Animal Style. Those guys are sick. All 4 of those bands
They were
are
great.
nuts.
Shout out Daniel. He's in Animal Style. He does the drumming.
Dude,
I went to elementary school
Oh,
with
yeah.
that food.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Good show.
Shout
Those
out
guys
Sam.
are the best around right now. All
Yeah.
4 of those
Shout out
bands.
Sam.
Shout out Sam from Ziomora. He's like
Sam's
does
the
so
goat,
much
dude.
for the hardcore scene, and like, you know,
Yeah.
he got us that show, and like his band is incredible. So
Very proud of him.
Well, speaking of shows, do you guys have a favorite show memory or something funny that happened?
You know, I think about Atwater a lot.
Oh my god, dude.
That show
was
sucks.
so booty.
To be honest, no disrespect to any of the people that were out there with
yeah,
us.
we're grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, we played this show out in Atwater, and it was at this. It was a house show.
They had like an inside porch.
Dude, it was this wooden room
Oh, you
that had a
told me about this.
fireplace, and that was it. Honestly, they kind of liked us there. Like, I think we did a pretty
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
job.
that was
Like,
That
there
was
was only like
it's
8
just-
people there though.
that was the last show,
Yeah.
dude. That was the last show we played before we ended up taking a break and adding Phil to the group.
Yeah, that was the last show we ever played.
That's kind of like a common thing in the hardcore, like screamo kind of thing. There's like a lot of house shows that like go on because like, you know, sometimes that's the only place where like, you know, kids can go and see like that music.
Yeah.
Especially with like the climate nowadays, it's like there's like less and less all ages venues. There was like one famous one like around like the LA area that closed down recently, like famous like alt rock.
Oh, Chain
venue,
Reaction?
Chain Reaction. Like that was, I think that was all ages. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like stuff like that getting closed down, just a lot of stuff happening where like kids can't go see like their favorite music, because like hardcore, as aggressive as it may be, like appeals to like a younger audience most of the
It's
time.
very accepting genre.
Yeah, very accepting. A lot of acceptance there. But
There was this one show that I really liked that we played. They were doing bands, but they were also doing like fights on the side.
Dude, the
wow.
fight
I was
night.
gonna say,
That was a really
I saw
interesting
you
show.
guys at that show, and that was one of my favorite shows that I saw
That
you
shit
guys
was
at.
so much
that
fun
was
because we
crazy.
would play a set, a band would play, and then they would they would have two people like
It's like
they had,
kickboxing.
It was
a whole-
yeah,
they
like
had a
boxing,
whole bunch
wrestling.
they had like a little tournament.
I think it
kinda.
got shut down
and-
though.
Well, yeah,
the-
because the cops like came because
Yeah.
of the noise.
Here's the
but then
thing, they would
tore
have-
everything down real quick. And then once they left, they threw it back on.
They would have all these like rainbow colored like floor padding on the grass, and then people would hear sirens go by, and the whole backyard would get quiet, and everyone would crouch down and like wait for it to stop, and then we'd get back up. They'd fight, and then like these guys would go on. You know what I mean?
It was a really cool concept. I think that was like the first time they did that, and we got to be part of that experience. So that
I
was.
wish they do
that was
more
fun show.
because that was so entertaining. There was like not a moment where like everyone like kind of wind down, the energy goes. As soon as the band played, yeah, you got someone getting almost knocked out on the other side of the fucking backyard.
Of the grass.
And they were fighting good. Like it was, I don't know where they found the people.
Shout out Germ.
Oh, shout out Jeremy.
Shout out
Shout out Jared. They
My
was some
favorite
good
fighter.
fights.
That's how it felt at the show that we just played with Zia Mora. That was the most active crowd I think we've had in quite a while.
Some girl got decked in the mouth.
Dude,
Yeah.
She
like
fell to her knees.
that. I haven't.
Yeah.
We haven't had moshing like that.
Yeah, no,
for
Brooklyn
us
was there too.
in a
Oh, yeah,
while.
you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
guys.
Dude,
it
that
was
was
very, very fun.
Those were good pits. Those were good people. That was a very
That's probably the best crowd yet.
yeah.
I mean, that's how it is at Destructive. Shout out Destructive. Like
That was
they
a good
always
venue,
know how
a good
to.
show for us.
They always know how to like bring the people that are like active and like really get into it. As violent as it may get sometimes, it's a lot of fun to see. Like I personally like to watch from the back. Because I'm not trying
Me too.
to break anything. But,
Yeah.
I like standing on the quarter pipe back there.
Yeah, they have
See
like
everyone.
skate ramps. You can just like stand on. We were doing that.
Yeah, the last destructive show I went to, I was watching. I was on the edge, and I saw an elbow come at me and knock my septum out. And I was like, and it was cool. Like I hugged the guy after, but like, I saw the way these people were moving at the show, the recent one with Zia Moore, and I was like, I think I'm gonna just sit this one out. I was like, they're full grown men. I'm so tiny. I'm gonna get broken.
Some of those guys are big.
Yeah.
They were
Very
swinging
big.
hard. I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. No way.
Yeah.
I think, but like my favorite memory had to be when we were first started doing shows. We did a show in Strummers. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I had my my parents there. I mean, Strummers always meant a lot to me because before I started doing music, I went to see some of my favorite artists perform on there, and it kind of like meant something to me. I was like, I want to at least perform on the stage. I see my favorite artists go on, and there was an old group called Members Only that went there, and then I played there once with the previous band. Me, Logan, and Chris were in, but doing that with Huesera and my family being there, that was probably my favorite. And we played a dope cover that night. People went crazy. FCP remix, Follow Troy.
Yeah.
That one, they went nuts. I loved it.
Nice.
I think personally, my favorite shows have always been like when there was this venue, kind of house show, kind of outdoorsy venue out in Easton. I forget the name. I'm blanking.
Oh, the hardcore.
The Hard Motion.
Hard Motion. Shout out
Yeah,
Hard Motion.
shout out Hard Motion. Like they were going for a while, hosting a lot of shows.
that one
They were very big last year, very active, a lot of
played
shows.
Yeah, we played
I think my favorite memories have been
I was
playing
at
those
that.
shows
Those
because we would usually have like a lot of friends turn
Yeah.
out. It was a really good vibe there.
I-
Just going there, it's like very like just fun, classic outdoorsy kind of show.
I love playing at Hard Motion just because that's my hometown. Shout out Easton. I fucking grew up there. I went to school, went to Washington Colony, went to Washington Union. I love playing at Hard Motion because it just feels like that's my home right there.
Also, he
I'm
lives like
literally
2
playing
blocks
in
away
my
from the
backyard.
venue. Yeah.
Well, it's not actually my
It's a
actual
short
backyard,
drive.
but it's like
Yeah.
my house is
Easy to
literally
load
like
it
down
out
the
for
street
Chris.
from where Hard Motion is
Yeah.
at.
Love it. It's a really good place. I
Yeah.
love it there. I miss it.
I'm just so glad that we actually have like a hardcore scene that's able to come out to Easton because like a couple years ago we didn't have shit out there. There wasn't nothing out there. It was just like a boring ass farm town people would come through.
We got to get out there again.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad actually he's opening up a restaurant in Easton, so
That's cool.
He wants us to play there. It's pretty cool.
Support
Yeah.
local businesses, you guys.
Yes, especially
Yeah.
Gottschalks.
What's your favorite show memory, Phil?
Oh Only had two.
Of like coming to see you, it was that fire one. That was pretty cool because I just remember that one the most, and like actually talking to you guys afterwards.
Mhm.
My second show was New Year's Eve, and that was really fun because
Dude,
we
yes,
like
that was such a
actually
good show,
we actually kind of traveled for it, and then
Yeah. Shut up, dog.
it was
All the way in Porterville.
yeah, it was a little sucky because it was wet, but like it was just kind of weird and fun, and I think it just sounded really good, and like it was just kind of like it was like a cool field trip. And then we played last Friday, which was really good. That was the Destructive show they were talking about. Cool to play in town, to like younger, like a younger audience. The first show I did with them, we played at Fulton 55, and that was like a bit of an older crowd, and like a little more like super organized. And it was kind of just nice to go and play at like DIY spots.
All my coworkers were there, which was really cool.
There's a lot of people at
No,
Fulton.
that
My
was
mom
like
was
the-
there.
the
My brother
first,
was there.
21
He usually
plus
doesn't
show
come
we
out to shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now let's talk about some gear and their individual setups.
All right, so I'm running through the Marshall head and the orange cab. This is a Marshall Origin 50, but the cool thing about this is I don't even use this sound at all. It's all coming from right here. This is just for looks. So if you look on here, I have a Marshall sim, so I can like kind of get a sound for it, but most of it is coming from this Klon like simulator. There's like a sim on here like that replicates it, so I'm using that as a distortion pedal, and I also have a bunch of noise filters and noise gates and a compressor on there, and I'm running it through the effects loop. So all this tone that's coming from that amp, like if you move these knobs right here, it's not going to do anything to my tone because it's all coming from here again. So that's, again, it's all for looks. And this guitar right here, this is a PRS that I put Seymour Duncans in, some hot rods. My dad got me this guitar a few years back. We were actually, cool thing about this guitar is that I wasn't even planning on getting this guitar originally. I was going into Guitar Center to get a bass, and then I saw this guitar on the wall. I was like, Dad, I want that one. He's like, all right. So we got it.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the PRS, Paul Reed Smith, because of the birds on the fretboard. Also, this is just a really smooth guitar to play. I think another influence of why I wanted to get a PRS is because of Carlos Santana. He's like one of my favorite guitar players. I just wanted I loved how his signature looks, but I was like, man, I can't afford this. So I almost gives it something better. So this is like one of the affordable ones. I had an old amp before this one, but it got stolen, and that freaking sucks. So I'd freaking drop some money on this too. And now this is my setup. I have these wireless pickups. So I can go outside the store and play for you if I really wanted to. But yeah, this is what I'm running. This is a little MX5 head rush. Throw a bunch of stickers on there just for looks. Yeah, that's what I'm running. Give it a demo. That's all I got.
Sweet. So which presets and effects do you use the most?
I use mainly my distortion. I have two presets on here. So this is distortion, this first one, then this blue one is a clean channel. But I usually use this one for one of our songs, 500 A, because it kind of is like a slower melody. But mostly it's this distortion right here.
What's one part of your setup that you think is the most important and that you can't live without?
Probably this thing. If I don't have this, I can plug this into any amp and it's going to sound the same as it's coming through those speakers right there. So this is mostly the main, this is the brains of the whole thing. If I don't have this, I don't have my sound. Last night at the show, I was running through a Squier Stratocaster with just a singular stock humbucker pickup, and it sounded freaking awesome because I was running through this thing. But if I was running through any other amp, that thing would have sounded like some poo-poo buns.
Devin's up next.
Cool. Alrighty. So Devin, run us through your setup.
Okay, so first, multi-effects. This is a brand called Flama. This is an FX, I believe, 150B. And I run through a Crush 120 orange head into a Marshall cab. The way I have this set up is in the manual that came with this, it has a method called the 4-cable method. The send on here, it goes to the input, the return goes to the send, and then the output actually goes to the return. So this knob here allows me to control it not only here, but inside of here as well. So I can lower the volume so it's not peaking too much. Then I control with the master. This, my PRS, actually I got here in store not too long ago. This was the last one I bought here. Mainly what I'm running through is a dirty channel, and then I do have a clean tone. Very. And then dirty. Yeah.
So is the PRS your main guitar, or do you use any other guitars when you're performing, when you're recording?
Right now, yes, this is my main. For a while, I was running through, I was playing through a Schecter for the longest time, but once I found this one, I started getting more comfortable with it. It's more lightweight, very easy to perform with. Put some new pickups in here. These are the Invaders. Chris actually helped me put these in. Kind of decorated a little bit with the Michael Myers. Yeah, you did. That soldering I couldn't do by myself. Soldering was very hard putting these in. It was really annoying. But yeah, no, this is my main one for now.
So is that your first PRS, or are you?
Yes, first one I've ever owned, and I plan on getting more if I find another one that I like here. But I'm pretty sure I'll buy it from here.
So do you use both the clean and the dirty channel?
Yeah, yes. It's mainly the dirty, but like Chris did say on 500A, that one I do use the clean tone a bit more. That one's mainly, but it's rare. I mean, sometimes lately with kind of the new stuff we're writing, it's using more like delay. It's a lot of trippy stuff that I do with the clean tone. I love messing with delays as of recently, but it's mainly just the dirty tone. You want to hear a little something, or?
Yeah.
Play some Silverstein, bro.
Some Silverstein? Yeah, I can do some Silverstein. Silverstein. Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Ace.
Alrighty, Evan, it's your turn. Show us through your gear.
Okay, so start off with my bass. This is a Fender made in Mexico Player Series Precision bass. I got, I want to say like 4 to 5 years ago. This is the second bass I ever got. I started out on a Squier jazz bass, like Affinity Series, like basic one. When I got into bass originally, I was like into like a lot of Weezer. Like Matt Sharp was like that's the guy I was like, oh man, you know, like he's like my inspiration. And he played a jazz bass. It was like heavily modified. But then I was like, you know, I got more into, you know, classic bass players and like started listening to like a lot of like Radiohead, which is like very different from the genre like, you know, I play now. But you know, these guys put me on a lot of the 2000s like emo we take inspiration from. And a lot of the guys like they'll play like active stuff, but you know, I've always preferred like my P bass. Like it's got the right feel I need. It's got like the right sound, you know, it like works for everything. And it like takes like all my pedals that I use really well. And then speaking of pedals, my setup is pretty basic. Boss Tuner TU2 chromatic. It's good as a kill switch if I like just need to stop like feedback, which like my loud like amp, you know, has a lot of that. And then I'm using this Wampler Ego compressor that I'm borrowing from my dad. Any good bass player needs a compressor. That's just kind of like a standard issue kind of thing. Just helps me like sound much better, cut through the mix. I'm very good at cutting through the mix. I'm very good at being very loud. You know, these guys know. In terms of my main like tone, I'm always very overdriven and distorted. I get that with the Earthquaker Devices Blooms. Like that's always on for me. I have the level and gain pretty low. This pedal, like the blooms and the plumes, the guitar version are like notoriously loud. Like you could have it at like 2 and it's louder than your like regular signal by miles. And then this pedal here, the hoof, also by Earthquaker, I don't use in this band. But it's a good like fuzz pedal. It's like designed for guitar, but dude. Okay, and then next, this pedal I used to use like a lot more. These guys hate it. Like every band I'm in, they don't like the flanger. Like they hate the flanger. I like it. I think it's cool. It doesn't suck.
It's cool sometimes.
It is cool sometimes. I'll show.
Honestly, it is cool, but I think like before you would use it like.
I would use it like all the time. Like all the stuff.
Yeah, song had a flanger part.
Flanger's cool. I got into flanger by listening to like more like Tool, like Justin Chancellor. Such an amazing bass player. I take a lot of inspiration like for my heavier stuff with him. So yeah, I got the Boss BF3. It's got a guitar and a bass in, so it does the trick, handles the low frequencies good. And then last is this Super Chorus. I don't use the chorus that much. With both of these pedals, it's more of like texture than anything in this band, because a lot of bass players in like the post-hardcore world, you know, they like to keep it simple, like to lay in the background. I like to add like texture through effects and stuff, just because I'm a little extra. Okay, that's all my pedals. Getting to my amp, this is a PV Bass 400 series head. This is like from the 70s. This is really old and ancient. So I've been like trying to be like super careful with it.
I'm gonna piss off all the 50-year-olds, man.
Yeah, it's
Really old.
Super.
I mean,
old,
it's
dude.
really old. It is very old.
Ancient.
When I got it for like $200 off some guy, and like there was some guy. There was like a replacement knob on there. It fell off like a while ago. It was like off a Les Paul or something. I don't know. That's what it looked like. And then I have this Ampeg 4x10 half cabinet. Very loud. I've been wanting to get one of these like forever, since I like started playing, you know, bass. I wanted like Ampeg. Ampeg is like the brand for me. It's very heavy. It's a pain in the butt to haul around, but gets the job done. Let me demo the flanger, since we talked a lot about that. So this is the chorus part for Behind Closed Doors, is one of our songs. So I use the flanger just to add a bit of texture. So it's a it's just like basic octave stuff that kind of just like, you know, kind of adds to like, you know, the harmonies that Chris and Logan are doing. I feel like it like just adds like an extra like boost, because that's like what I usually use these modulation pedals for, is like, oh, let's change texture for the chorus of the song, so it's like give it a bit more oomph. Oh, Burning Low, the end of Burning Low, I kind of like take over when we go into like an instrumental section towards the end. I have this like line that goes
Shaking the whole damn room.
yeah, shaking the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
love it.
And then what's the most important piece of your setup that you think that you can't live without?
in terms of like, you know, being heard at a gig. I could not live without my 4x10 cabinet. That's definitely a need for me.
Always so goddamn loud.
Fucking lead bass.
Lead bass. I mean, gotta be loud, you know, gotta be heard.
You got that mark on it from when you broke my parents' fan.
Oh yeah, that's a story. That's a story. So sorry, Amy and Patrick, again. 3 years ago.
Something like that.
3
yeah.
years ago,
Man.
we were having band practice. Me and Logan's old band Gav having practice. I take my bass off. I lift it over my head, and I knock into the fan, which had black paint on it, so it forever has this black mark etched into it. I think that makes it cool. Like it adds like style points, you know. I mean,
Lore.
Replace the fan.
it wasn't
The
cool.
whole fan.
It wasn't cool when they had to
fan?
replace the
Serious,
fans. Yeah,
yeah,
no, I did break off. I don't know how.
it was the whole
It-
fan,
but-
dude.
Testament to Fender's strength. You broke the fan.
No, yeah,
Bass.
Fenders are reliable. I mean, even like this PV head like goes to show like this is from the 70s and it's still going. Like this is like these are indestructible like tanks,
And it's so old.
and it's
It's
so
just
old.
so
It's so
old.
old. So old. Yeah.
All right, next up is going to be Logan. Alrighty, so now we're gonna talk with Logan about more than just the mic setup. We're gonna talk about their in-ear setup and how they stay in time together.
Yeah, so in terms of mic setup alone, I have a Shure SM58. This is a K&M mic stand. I don't know what model it is, but K&M. And then this is just, I think it's a Dynamic cable. My brother got me and a couple of other guys, like a pack of 5 of them. He also bought us this mic stand, very kind of him. And then in terms of in-ears, I think all 3 of us use the X5 transmitters. I personally use Moondrop Arias as my IEMs, but I need to switch those out because they're too heavy. So they fall out of my ears if I use them live. I don't know, what do you guys use?
The 215 Shure
Okay.
Yeah.
plugins, they help a lot.
Devin's sugar daddy. He got me some.
It's for Christmas, nothing crazy.
I also use molded earplugs pretty often, and those are One of One brand.
Okay, nice. Evan, what do you use?
As far as me and Phil go, we don't actually use in-ears because
Yet.
we're
Yeah.
me personally, I'm broke and I don't have money for in-ears, so me and him just lock in with each other like old school.
Alrighty, so let's do a little demo of the guitars with Logan.
Okay, cool.
You lit a match inside my chest, a fire that I filled with my breath, and left before the fire spread. So I'll make sure you wipe up, choking on ashes of words I never said. I say you would. The spaces where the silence was so dead. Test your eyes and find that those who I thought could change me were nothing but legs in the fall. I'd say fall on the ground. Tell you who I got terrorist me, I'll see you in hell. Let's fire in. We lost it.
That's okay. You want to run it again? Do you want to do it again?
We got most of the way through it.
Okay.
You want to do it again, or are we good? Or do you want to do another song?
Let's do don't do Boy Brush Red?
We can do a Boy Rush Red.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you feel your heartbeat racing? Can you taste the fear in her sweat? You've done this wrong, it's too far gone. These sheets tell of regret. Admit that I'm just a fool for you. I'm just a fool for you. Yeah, let's we both go wrong. Tonight's your last chance to do exactly what you want to. And this could be my night. This is what makes me feel alive. Makes you feel alive. Yeah, that's where we both go wrong. So tie me up, returns this game. 'Cause for now, we're living in this moment. Can we both ignore the truth? It's all over. It's all over. Let the urge run us by. So take a breath and closer. Rise. Rise. My heart is dead, it's way past beating. Let's get this. Slowly make it out but it's all in your goodbye. Sleeping with the girl next door. Always feels you were such a sucker for that. Doesn't matter what you say, it never mattered anyway. It never mattered anyway. In this moment, can we both ignore the truth? It's all over. It's all over. Left in our arms, red as blood. So take a breath and close your eyes. Rise. The gongs are filled and we'll both stop beating. Heart is dead, it's way past beating. You're scared, we're scared of death. We're following, making it out of way. But I haven't told you what it's on your goodbye. Showing your goodbyes.
That's cool.
Yay. Alrighty, last up we have the drums.
Hey, wow, seriously, guys? This is all about me right now?
Guys, it's Phil's moment.
Gosh.
Okay.
Wait, is everybody supposed to be here with me? Because I was with them. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we're good. So this is how we warm up every show. You should be a masseuse.
Bro.
Alright, run us through your setup.
Okay, this is my setup. So, all of these red drums are Premier drums that I have acquired either like via, like used in a drum shop or online or whatever it may be. And then I have Tama Speed Cobra pedals with these like red wood beaters in it. Most of my stands, not all of them, but most of them are DW stands, which is what I kind of like to get. I like the kind of industrial chrome look of them, and they are very extremely adjustable. I use these signature Vic Firth Akira Jimbo sticks. Very good drummer, go check him out. And then most of my cymbals are Paiste Rude cymbals, which I love because they sound great whether you're really beating them or you're kind of just giving it a little tap. It still gives you like a good amount of volume and kind of like nuance on it. Same thing with the hi-hats. And then my ride cymbal here, I have that signature Slayer ride. And then all of these other cymbals I have are Wuhan cymbals, which are kind of more like affordable, cheaper, but the whole point of these is to kind of sound a little like raw and trashy. That's pretty much all the gear that I use.
Have you acquired drums individually, or did you buy it as a kit?
So with my kit specifically, it's kind of literally comprised of two different kits that are basically the same that they all kind of fit together. If you kind of notice, some of them are a different shade of red. Some of them are from a kit that's very much brighter, and then some of them are like a kind of like darker wine. But I try to do enough research to be able to tell that they are basically the same exact drum set, and like there's a lot of different characteristics that are the same enough. So I was like, the shade being a little different isn't too much of a problem for me. If anything, it kind of makes it look cool, and I kind of throw them in different orders. It gives it like a little bit of a collage kind of a feel.
What made you decide to combine two drum sets rather than just sticking to one?
I call it unk metal. I listen to a lot of like 70s rock that in like retrospect you could consider metal, and then a lot of just like muscle tee, like black leather pants metal, kind of like really hard 80s and like early 90s stuff. And so all of my favorite drummers have like a very identifiable drum set and like huge drum sets. Also, like, and just kind of like mechanically, I not that I'm like super good at it or there's a lot of parts, but I play double bass in like a lot of the bands I'm in. It makes me feel a lot better practicing my left foot with a completely independent pedal. So I just like mechanically, I like having the second bass drum anyways. It's just a lot more comfortable, but also, it just looks cool.
Now, I know you're in multiple bands. Do you want to give us a demo on this band specifically and then other styles that you play?
Okay, so like with Huesera, obviously we kind of talked about how there's like a lot of different time changes, and that's a lot of more kind of like touch and feel and groove, as opposed to a band that I play in like Surgical Wake, which is a lot of kind of like speed and double bass parts. So like this is a Huesera song called Silver Lining, where it kind of just drops in and it's like. I guess something that's a little bit more different. Like, okay, like In Spite's a little more hard rock driven. So we have a song called Save Your Breath, which is just like. Sometimes a lot of things can be a little, like similar, but like I try to fit in what they would kind of expect a little bit and like be able to do something different I can't do in other bands.
You a brand loyalist, or do you have?
Dude, I'm so brand loyal. I don't know if I want to get anything other than what I get right now. I use Aquarian like drum heads. Since I started getting them, I've noticed they've been like pretty reliable. You might become more of like brand loyal oriented if you really like find out what you like. So
Do you have any upgrades you would make, or are you pretty set?
yeah, like over here where I have my third tom and like this stand, this is like 3 different stands all put into one thing, which, you know, like cool. It's kind of like a weird Lego. You know, I know this could only hold together for so long. Like the bottom stand is like a base of some old vintage thing, and then it's got another one hooked onto it and has another like cymbal stand in it. So it's like it's great. It holds together, but like I would one day like for that to just be a more like singular piece, or like just certain drum heads that kind of like wear out after a while. You kind of just need to replace those. I really kind of like what I have. You know what I mean?
Play Painkiller.
Yeah, you want to play Painkiller?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Silver Lining's my favorite song because that one was pretty like trippy to like get at first because it changes.
Yeah.
Especially when it goes back in the. Those parts, or when we play Burning Low, it's like. That kind of stuff's kind of like the thing about this band is there's a lot of like parts that are built in to be very like to have like a lot of attention and like for purpose, and that's kind of nice because I feel like I have a lot of other songs I end up playing in my groups are kind of not like seriously focused on specific parts, or like like these guys, like at least the songs I play that they've already made, that's like very well thought out. They're thinking about like how people would react to certain kind of stuff, and that's like cool to try to place stuff at a certain time with a lot more like feel or meaning, because I could tell it's like that's the whole point of certain song structures or just whatever they kind of write. So that's kind of cool. I like it. I love their songs.
All right, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Do you guys have any upcoming shows, and where can we find you guys?
Just be on the lookout because we're talking to a bunch of different promoters, a bunch of different bands. We're looking to maybe set something up with an Amberclad. We're looking at setting up some sort of show for ourselves with Ziamora, Bay of Pigs, 187.
I really want to get that show done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be a stacked lineup.
We're exploring the dates for that one, but we're looking at something not confirmed, but we want it.
Everything's posted to our Instagram. A set of Screams X. Everything will be announced there. But yeah,
You can find these guys 8 out of 10 times at Wingstop though.
we're on.
No, just him.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, Snapchat.
You can find me in
Instagram.
English too.
Snapchat's the only one we're not on. We do
Okay,
have
we're not on
Facebook.
Snapchat.
We have Threads. We have
Not yet.
Bandcamp.
We're never getting on
everything.
Snapchat.
But Letterboxd?
But Letterboxd.
Letterboxd
Yes.
account.
I'm on
You said we got
Letterboxd.
shirts for sale?
We got shirts, CDs. We got
Cassettes. We just got cassettes,
Uh-huh.
pins, stickers.
We're working on lighters and patches. We got stickers. We got pins.
Laserdisc feature.
Try to do a little more clothing too.
Book
Everything
us.
on merch.
Book
Book
us.
Book us.
Book us and set us merch ideas.
We've been on hiatus
Please
for
give
too
us
long,
work.
and we're starting to get back in the flow of things. So we just really want to get out there and start playing again with this new lineup.
We're poor. We need money and places to
pizza
play
and,
for pizza.
Any final messages to the people?
Thank you for the support. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of
Recycle.
People are showing us a lot of
Recycle.
love. Donald Trump, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Free Sudan, free Congo, free Iran. Yep. Free Palestine.
Yep.
Absolutely. Nobody's illegal on stolen land.
Nope.
That's right.
Money's fake. Value your time.
Goddamn right.
Make friends.
Goddamn right.
Play music.
Don't litter. Be kind to nature. Be kind to animals.
Recycle.
Shout out to my girlfriend. She bought me my
Don't
water
start
bottle.
forest fires.
Right.
Um,
Only you can prevent them.
Alrighty, well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
all right, we'll break it up.